David just said, Sherry, you need to fight. You need to fight for our family. You need to fight. And that's the last thing I remember for about a month and a half.
Right now it's 6 and only on 2. Imagine waking up in the hospital with no arms or legs. It sounds like a nightmare, but it was a reality for a beloved local teacher. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Keith Garvin.
And I'm Candace Burns. Daniela Guzman is off tonight. Sherry Moody dedicated close to 30 years to Deer Park Public Education and helping students through struggles and adversity, but she had to retire.
Sherry's life changed after a trip to the emergency room for dehydration turned into septic shock, which caused her to lose all 4 limbs. But she is not giving up. KPRC2's Rochelle Turner sat down with Sherry and her husband David and shares her inspiring story. It's a story you'll see only tonight on 2.
We choose happiness. I'd say every morning we remind each other to choose joy in the day.
Happiness is a choice for Sherry and her husband, David Moody, even when life gets tough.
Yeah, there is a dark road that we could easily go down.
Yeah, we could slip.
It's just super. I know Sherry smiles and she's beautiful and it's very authentic, but it's really, really hard. You know, the days are really challenging.
I fatti del 21 aprile hanno costretto sia Sherry che David a lasciare il lavoro. Sherry è entrata in ospedale quel venerdì per ciò che sembrava una semplice disidratazione, che poi è diventata una condizione di pericolo imminente di morte, che includeva polmonite, sepsi e infine shock settico.
Talk about some of those challenges. Well, I mean, for me, watching my wife, you know, to be in a position to see her, I don't get emotional, but to see her struggle, you know, that already is tough.
It started back in April of 2023 when Sherry was working as a teacher with Deer Park ISD.
Basically, I took some of my students on a field trip. By Thursday, I just started feeling considerably worse, just a cold. We took COVID tests and I didn't have that. And so I thought, well, maybe it's the flu because I started running a temperature.
But it was something much worse.
By the time we got to the ER, it was about 30 minutes later and I was already on a ventilator. The nurses were having a hard time getting my vitals.
And then from there, it just was so fast, you know, the sepsis came on, the sepsis shock, and I could see within days the coloring of her skin and her extremities starting to change.
They put me in a coma. There were several times that I did almost die, that they were not sure that they were going to be able to save me.
Sherry developed septic shock. In order to save her organs, doctors had to remove her arms and legs.
I learned all kinds of things as far as how to do my own hair and makeup and brush my teeth and eat. How to exercise.
Sherry is now navigating life's challenges and bumping into doors around the house.
Oh, do you see?
She calls her daughter-in-law, Micah, a happy helper.
Looks good, Sherry. Looks really good.
And the community has given back in big ways, from fundraisers at restaurants to getting a new ride that was donated to her. Sherry is grateful for her village and is inspiring others to choose happiness.
When people get down, it is, I know it's easy to say it's a choice, but for me, that works, is to just choose it.
Contact with Sherry. We're going to have much more of her story tomorrow on our streaming website or our streaming platform. So make sure you tune in. But, you know, I just want to say thank you, Sherry. She really gave me a new perspective on life, you know.
C'è abbondanza di commenti da parte di ebeti.
When you're having a bad day, it's just...
Incredibile davvero. Perdere gli arti a causa di un virus inesistente.
I'm grateful that I was able to meet her today.
Yeah. Wow. Amazing spirit, amazing woman for sure.
Thanks for sharing that with all of us. Thank you. Thank you,
Indeed.
guys. Thanks for letting me be on the desk day.
All right. Hey, anytime. All right. It's a story that we've been...
Hey, everyone. Oh, my gosh. $50,000. Like, it's amazing. I absolutely cannot believe it. I feel so overwhelmed and almost guilty about this, but I am so grateful that you came out like you did. There's no place like my hometown, and then even And then even just going into Pearland, all the people that came out from there, and then everyone that came out from just all across Houston, and our friends and family in the community that came out to support David and I. And especially a huge thanks to the Ibarras and Lindy and everybody that just made it happen. So many people behind the scenes, but too many people to thank right now, but I promise we're gonna get to you all. I wish I could have hugged everyone's neck last night and just told you thank you in person, but come March 3rd to our event, because that'll be a great place for us to be able to thank you in person.
My wife told me to not talk long because I tend to be long-winded. That's what she said before I hit go. So I just want you to know that we love you. I am long-winded. I love you guys. We're so appreciative, so proud of our city of Deer Park and all the people there that came out, and everybody that came from Katy, from Kingwood, from all over the place to show your love. Wish that we could have seen every one of you and hugged every one of you. For people that came that we don't even know, just so grateful. Love you all. Yesterday was such a beautiful thing of humanity. We will always remember it, to see how much people love Sherry, love us, and want the best for us, to give us the best chance possible to have a great life. And so we're so grateful for that. Gringos, Jimmy Chongas, you rock. You just rock. All the waiters, the waitresses, everybody that made that possible, that welcomed us, the hard workers, the owner, you are first rate. I can't wait to meet you, but you are absolutely first rate and have a first rate heart. So we're just incredibly grateful. Love you all.
Thank you. We love you. Bye.
Bye.
What's really strange is the people combating on the side of Big Pharma, the people that are now trying to basically call us all names who are coming out against this vaccine, these shots. They're saying everything has a risk. Well, at the start of all of this, when we were starting to see the young heart attacks, young strokes, the aortic aneurysms post-mRNA experiment, they were saying it couldn't be from the shot. These same type of people were saying it's completely safe, it's effective. Well, now that we know it's not safe and not effective, they're trying to say everything has a risk. You should have known everything has a risk. The fact is, people administering these shots weren't giving proper consent, and that's illegal. And the people that were shilling on behalf of Big Pharma, that were saying it's completely safe and are now switching their stance to nothing's completely safe, well, you're evil. And this is all going to come back and bite you in the ass. God bless.
Sei sotto un cielo sbagliato.